Good Sunday morning, everybody. Welcome to Sunday with Spirit. For those joining for the first time, this is not a political pull, it's a spiritual pull. Every Sunday, a group of us jump up and down, play, dance, sing on the web of creation. How we dance, how we sing affects the whole web and affects everything on this planet, in this galaxy, wherever our imaginations go with this web. How big is the web that we dance on? For each one of us, it's a little different. But let's try to expand it. And the thing that I've been thinking about is, what are we putting on the web of creation when our vibrations aren't that high? I had some questions over the week just saying, you keep talking about raising your vibrations. How do you do it? And I say, okay, well, ground yourself. Go put your hands in dirt. Go to the beach. I live near the beach. Go plant something, hug a tree, connect to Mother Earth. That's always a great way to do it. Connect with Father Sky. Connect with the four directions. And then the other thing too that popped into my head is, take the intention away from yourself and put in it some attention to somebody else. Do something for somebody. Take them to the store. Have a smile when you don't really feel that you should. Just do something else. So I thought, oh, okay, good. I think I kind of answered that. So this morning, when I'm setting up Sunday with Spirit, I said, where should I go? I want to make it a little simpler than last time. So I pulled two cards. Well, I pulled one card. I thought that would be really simple. And it came out two cards. And now look at all I got. Four different decks. Let's get into it. The four decks I'm using, they're all black. And I go, oh, sunny mood, Danny? You're using all the black deck cards you have? And I thought to myself, yes, these are magical black decks. For me, the absence, the true black drops us into unlimited creation. So let me show you what I got. I have my true black deck. I don't know if you can see the writing on there. I have Brady Tarot. Beautiful deck that is not black at all. And then I have the Wanderer's Tarot, which is black and white. So there we go. All right. So the two cards I pulled. This is the first card that I pulled when I'm asking for guidance for today. And it is Archangel Patience. Patience. Trust the process. And this is coming from my female Archangel deck. And I said, okay, so let's throw some cards on how do we trust the process. And then I noticed there was a second card behind it. And it was raise your vibration. And I go, okay, I could just leave it like that then, can't I? But nah, wanted something a little more. So let's just see what we got. I may pause to look at some of the book information because these are so in-depth cards, especially the True Black and the Brady Tarot. The Wanderer's Tarot, it's simple, but it is often really, really deep as well. Okay, let's get into it. The first card we are going to pull from the Wanderer's Tarot is the Goddess. Can you see that? The Goddess of Knives. Knives, it's the air element, so that would be swords. So this is the Queen of Swords coming at us. Goddess of Knives. She's using her third eye to see more of what is going on. Interesting. So as we go back and drop into both of these cards with all of this reading, trusting the process, see beyond your current situation, maybe drop into some quiet time, some retrospective time, so we get to use our third eye more, because we can't use our third eye when there's so much noise around us. So whatever that noise is it, is it your home life? Is it a relationship? Is it our government life? Again, this isn't politics, but that is part of our lives that we need to pay attention to. And is this Queen of Swords, is it a singular focus to raise our vibration? It feels like today it's a singular focus, keeping our vibrations high. It's so important, because if our vibrations get low, then we are creating a low vibration on the web of creation. We are creating more of that low vibe stuff. Okay, so as we trust the process and as we raise the vibration, if we got a good dose of justice, would that raise our vibration? If we trust the process that these water pouches, this emotional thing that we're trying to balance, will balance out, will that raise our vibration? So we have so much emotion coming out of these water pouches, and it's teetering on bringing us a more a balance. However, when I do look at this card, the flame here that is going to burn a hole in that, it's going to teeter the other way too. So we will have justice, but for how long? I think that's where our third eye comes in. And the next card we get, oh, look at this. Prophet of Moons. Prophet of Moons. So moons represent our emotions, our psychic channels. So I'm looking up here at the third eye. The tides of water. I'm looking at this justice because it feels like there's tides that as tides come in and go out. Well, this scale of justice is filled with water. So that's going to be shifting as well. And moons are tied to the creative. So let's take a look at what is this? The prophet. And the prophet is more of the knight. So this would be more of the Knight of Cups. The seeker, seer, one with knowledge to inform their future. Goes back up to here. One with knowledge to inform their future. Okay, let's move on. So I had to pause a bit to think about this card. And as I paused, I'm reminded to ask you guys, invite you to throw some of your own oracles or tarot on top of this too. How do you trust the process? How do you raise the vibration? What's that pathway to you? So, in this Prophet of Moons, in this Knight of Cups, coming forth with uh, an emotional calming bit, but it needs to be through um, our will and our action that we get calm. It's not coming from somebody else. They can bring it to us, but then we have to take it. That's just what I heard. All right, let's move on to the true black. Trust the process. Raise the vibration. See, not true black at all. So we get the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Coins. This is abundance. This is a serval cat just sitting on a gold blanket. There are things around. There's abundance around him, her, and it just feels super, super content. So as I think of us on the web of creation, if we are content with being on the web of creation and knowing that justice will balance itself out, and as we look into the future of what we want to create abundance and calm and comfort and security, that's a web that I want to create. That's the web that I want to be in. And that's just comforting. I have everything I need when I'm in that psychic space. Next card we get, Page of Wands. Speaking of psychic space. So this Page of Wands, she's bringing in the fire. She's bringing in a new idea. She's opening up a portal, though, here. And in that portal energy, she's going to jump in. She doesn't know where this portal is going to go. May go to Three Eye Atlas for all we know. May take us up to Mount Shasta. We don't know where. She's just going in. She opened it up through will, through action on the web of creation, and she's jumping in. She's got a little bit of a wild streak going on, dancing on this web. Okay. Huh. Okay, maybe I didn't get it. Maybe I misunderstood that. We got the Fool card. Going on a new journey. Not really sure where we're going, what we're doing. Walking in the little lotus pond. Not political. We don't know what's going on. What we do know what's going on, but we are choosing to walk a different path. One that raises vibration. One that's trusting the process. Okay. So far, it feels like everything's going to work out. Trust the process. Everything's going to be okay. Take a jump. Go. Do. Be. Be abundance. Be comfort. Be psychic. Be on a new journey. Speaking of trusting the process, we have the Hierophant. Trust in the higher order of things. What's the higher order of things? It's certainly not what man has made. So in this card here, the Brady Tarot, we have the Peregrine Falcon, This peregrine falcon is sitting on a dogwood tree. So there's a lot of images of the Christ consciousness in the dogwood tree, in the flower. And this peregrine falcon is a little synchronistic because right now I am wearing a t-shirt that has a falcon on it, a peregrine falcon. So maybe I need to pay a little more attention to this. From the book, because we can go look up other things about peregrine falcons and how long they've been around, what they're used for, blah, blah, blah. But from what the book said, the Brady Tarot book, that humans have trained peregrine falcons for over 3,000 years. And what makes them so valuable is their swift movement between heaven and earth. And the falcon holds a book, and it displays a variety of religious symbols. Native American symbols on the left, Eurasian symbols on the right. And so, at the best, the Hierophant rises like a falcon above the doctrines and competitions and unites us through spiritual truths. Wow. Wow. We could just do one reading on that whole card. But we need to move on. Very powerful. We feel that, I got to go back to this. We feel that in today's world, where we are having a competition on whose words are more true. What book, what Bible is the true message from the higher source? And now it's coming back to, it feels like that we need to trust our own journey to get this information. And as someone who studies and practices the shaman's journey, the practice of journeying, that's where we get direct revelation for what we need to hear at this time. Okay, off my soapbox. Did I say moving on from this? 6 of Swords. Moving on. Interesting card here. This is the Great Horned Owl. And when we look at this horned owl, it's got 6 arrows on this leash, and it appears like this is a falconer's leash because it has the falcon's glove at the end of it. So some silly little human thought that it would be a good idea to use the great horned owl like a falcon. Probably bad idea. The great horned owl is so strong it can break a man's collarbone in its claw. So this owl, I think the man howled. If he lost his glove, he might have lost a little more. But in this, the owl is taking all of the danger away with it, because these arrows are stuck into this falconer's tether. And he goes, you can't control me. You can throw these arrows and you can try, but it's not going to work. We're moving on. to calmer waters. And the final card before we go, okay, here we go, withdrawal. Four of Swords. I'm going to need to, hang on one sec. I had to look up what bird this was. And this is a greater poto. I think I'm pronouncing it correct. It's the largest family of birds called nightjars, and it lives in the tropical rainforests, I think in Central America. So when you look at this bird, what it does is its defense is its ability to blend in. So it's on this tree branch and it sits at the end. It elongates its body so it looks like part of the tree. And its eyes are open barely, so it can still see the danger. And the danger is real because you can see the arrows coming at it. And these are Mayan arrows with obsidian points. I need to do some research or journeying on what these obsidian arrows mean for this particular bird. So it's just not like let's ignore what's around us because the danger is there. It's really there. However, this Potu bird has grabbed one of the arrows, which may indicate that in our struggles, in our physical lives, we might be able to use what somebody threw at us in our defense. And what the book said here that I thought was super powerful, that I will just share with you, it says, this card may indicate that it might be possible to use the aggressor's behavior to regress a sense of power. For example, documenting what has just happened. So in today's world, we're all walking around with devices that allow us to document voices, images, and that is a reminder when we are out there standing, jumping into a portal energy. Maybe we need to be aware that we should be documenting our journey. That's always good for journaling. Always document your dreams. But this card is also speaks of dropping into that quiet space, grounding yourself. So as you raise your vibration, we trust it's going to be all okay. Drop into letting go of things that are dropping us down, getting in touch with Mother Earth, blending in with Mother Earth. This card, that card's really hugging a tree. I mean, it's feeling part of the tree, listening to the messages of the tree, not ignoring the real threats that are coming at us, but maybe using some of those threats to our advantage. But now there's certain times when we can be the fool, jump into the portal. There's also a time where we need to trust our higher source in our intuitive mind. Pay attention to what works for you to trust the higher authority. And we are moving. We are rebalancing. We are going on a new journey, and it's unknown. Just trust that this is what we signed up for. Have fun as much as we can on this web of creation. And if you find yourself on the web creating a low level vibration, how do you get off the web? That's a good one. I don't think, how can we get off the web of creation? Can we? I don't think we can. Maybe that's another Sunday question. But yeah, I think that we have to use our magic wand and get rid of that negative energy, clear it, that low level vibration, acknowledge it's there, but overlap it with something new, with abundance, with, did I get a joy card? Oh, I thought I did. With raise your vibration, stay in joy, stay in love. All right, you guys, thank you for joining me on this Sunday with Spirit. Peace and love.